everybody is going to need a Blink Dagger, and you guys and us are going to need to keep your eyes peeled for these heroes moving around the fights.
Yeah, I honestly do kind of agree with them. Like, you have a really difficult time here on Vici Gaming, like taking any fight into LBZS. The Venomancer just makes it so difficult, and I feel like they outscale them too, right? Like, yes, you have the TA, you have the Wraith King, but these heroes don't have a good game. Like, we talk about the Space Cow a lot, right? Big Cow fast.
Big Cow fast, yeah.
This hero is ridiculous. There's a reason it's been banned in nearly every single game so far in Division 1, and it makes it through, and it's, like Black was saying, it's borderline unanswered.
Yeah, it's unanswered, and I think the Venomancer amplifies the issues that you have from the Spirit Breaker. Like, you're trying to get on top of heroes in these team fights, you get shoved back and stunned by the Greater Bash that comes in. You're slowed by the Poison Sting, you're slowed by the Gale, you're not going anywhere. And, you know, with the Gale on you, you're not blinking anywhere either. It ends up taking on you every 3 seconds, disabling your Blink Dagger. So, VC, they have their work cut out for them. I do agree with the draft that I prefer LBZS's lineup here. It is very annoying to play against.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not playing this game.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm just casting it instead of having to play it. Yeah, absolutely. XM in the mid lane, gonna do okay here on the TA, but it's still definitely Lina favored, right? Like, is this not still like a pretty solid lane for the Lina?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it used to be a little bit more favored towards TA. They were talking, Black was talking about this one yesterday, but we saw just earlier, Lina absolutely crush a Templar Assassin in the lane. Going pretty far up with low HP, but knew that he did have refraction off a cooldown, so he's going to be kind of fine. But yeah,
no Light Strike Array either.
Yeah, but the bonus attack speed you get from Fiery Soul, you'd be able to burn down those refraction charges fairly quickly, and you know, move over to the creep camps, clear out the small, and then back in the mid lane. You just farm faster, you deal more harass. So Templar Assassin does have work cut out for her, but doesn't clear its stacks as quickly on this Lina.
Now top lane here, a little bit over confident there maybe on detachment. All right, I don't know what this club is. It's just a drill that's going to pierce the heavens, I'm sure.
Beautiful.
No, I've never seen that club before. That thing is awesome.
I mean, you've watched Gurren Lagann. Surely you've seen
I
that
mean, I
clip
wouldn't
before.
make the reference, Neff, had I not watched it. Thank you.
You've got a poster in your background in your room.
I do have a scroll for it,
You have some taste.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Surprised it was you made the anime reference first in the second game.
Yeah, I had to do it at least once. Erica bottom lane, galed up, hobbling away. You know what? Black's impersonation actually pretty accurate now that I see it. Yeah, that was pretty close.
Yeah, the moves that everything you're doing. He's limping.
Pretty accurate, I would say.
Yeah, and again, it is miserable being slowed that much, then stunned up, pushed back away from your target by this SB as he charges you. Still level 1 though, so it doesn't have that Greater Bash just yet.
Your only real answer to the Spirit Breaker is like Nightmare, but you just have Bulldoze.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter all that much. He's like, yeah, cool. I'm back in the action. Here we go. Gale's going to connect with the Bane. Brain Sap, give him a little bit of sustain. Nightmare comes through as well.
Nice.
But overall, I mean, these trades are pretty much always going to favor this Dire side, right? Like, LBZS love doing this. Venomancer is just, he's like one of the kings of trading, right?
Yeah, you get one auto attack off onto someone, and suddenly they take like 180 damage just from that passive that you have on them. Plus, they're slowed. So anytime you go up on them, you want to be fairly certain that you're going to be able to trade like for a kill or favorably. Any passive trading, definitely Venomancer favored. Top lane we haven't talked about too much. Looks like it's going reasonably well for the Monkey King. Both heroes just kind of farming away up here.
I mean, honestly, it should end up being fairly even. The Ogre Magi can always put his body in front of the Monkey King here in this lane, and instead of the Death Prophet, make space for him to get away.
Yeah, he's going elsewhere right now. Instead, he's rotating for these 4-minute runes. He realizes XM is sitting pretty low on mana, but didn't manage to catch him out before he went for that bounty rune.
Taunting up onto the high ground, finds the TA. I mean, your refraction does not really matter, so he has to just wait for that Ignite to expire. However, with the Pangolier rolling on in, they might be able to grab the water rune. He ends up grabbing it himself on the Ogre, so denying even more regen on over to the TA here.
Does get salved though by the Pango.
Yeah.
But if you can, make the lane even worse for Templar Assassin who's losing, you can really shut her game down. Unfortunately, you're just a little bit too slow on the Ogre Magi.
Oh, toggling this Nightmare back and forth, having some fun with it, but Molasses does have the wards out, so it's hard to chase. Very hard to chase. Of course, still has the Gale. I will. Okay, I always talk about hats. The new Venomancer Immortal might be one of the best ones in the game. It is so good.
I like the plague wards on him, like those custom ones. It's one of the few hats that I do enjoy. But Immortal, it's one that changes them around like that one, right?
Yeah, it's like the full Aztec snake version, right? They gave them the headpiece a couple TIs ago, and then they released the new one, which
I think it's fitting.
yeah covers the rest of the slimy slug.
Thank you, Slimy Slug.
Yes, of course.
Ogre doesn't really care. He's able to play pretty far up, but again, not much kill potential in this lane. When you're playing against, you know, anybody who limits how much you can attack, the Pangolier, or like we saw last game, the Phoenix, and you're playing this Monkey King, your Jingu Master isn't nearly as scary, so he doesn't get to play too aggressive here. Monkey King, he's put 2 points in the Jingu Master, despite the fact he's playing against a ranged hero, though, so he's thinking at some point he is going to be able to get on top of Irving.
Nice dodge there on that Crypt Swarm.
Yep.
I think that's only possible because they increased the duration on it slightly, right?
To 0.2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In lane, XM getting charged. I don't think he's going to follow through with this one, but okay, maybe he
Does
will now
follow
that the
through.
Laguna connects. No refraction for 6. XM needs to be careful here. He's going to find that Spirit Breaker making his way over. Does he get bashed? No, right
No,
up onto the high ground. Nice placement there.
Yeah, beautiful positioning. The oldest trick in the book, and unfortunately, you do pay for that one,
Yeah.
First Blood.
First Blood ends up going the way of the TA. I mean, yeah, that was so smart.
Not so smart from the Spirit Breaker, though. You're pretty far behind the tower. You knew we were coming. I guess you figured, all right, we did see him use Refraction. It was on cooldown, but you just have to put yourself beside a cliff there.
I really thought the Lina would have like rotated over just to throw like a Dragon Slave or something, but it was just too far away. The creep wave was like kind of pushing in her way, so.
Yeah, you don't want to dive the tower as well. Someone rotates in there, you get stunned underneath the building. Lina does end up going down. But Templar Assassin actually at the top of the net worth by 300 gold now after getting that First Blood, so a lead that Lina was grabbing for herself inside the lane has kind of been negated by that misplay with the Spirit Breaker.
That and this hero just like leaves to go jungle, right? That's pretty much the standard, right? You push out the lane and then you go clear up camps and has really no desire to continue staying in lane against this Lina who has so much damage from these spammable spells.
Yeah, but you know, we talked about that. You do get punished for that every time you leave the lane in order to go jungle. It gives Lina the opportunity to, you know, either clear out the wave faster than go to the camps or do a little bit of right-click damage to these tier 1.
3 heroes here top, scouted by the Monkey King, who's just hanging out on the trees. Irving will get level 6. Found the strike being pump faked. He will connect. PP on the backside, drops the Laguna Blade and a Dragon Slave. They find a very quick kill. Nightmare will put the Lina under so that they can disengage, but a great rotation to the top lane here from LBZS.
Yeah, ended up getting her with the stuns in the middle of the cast animation for the Exorcism as well. I think it would have been worse off if she committed the Exorcism there, though.
Absolutely, yeah. You never feels good to like drop an Exo and then just instantly die.
Yeah, really slows down your game.
He also just needed to take towers, right? And I'm assuming this Monkey King's not going to be staying in this top lane for too much longer.
Well, I mean, LBZS's lineup is very annoying to play against from the very beginning of the game. So I do think they struggle to fight into them here. So I think that if they have the opportunity to farm rather than fight, they're going to take that opportunity on VC.
Actually charging bottom here to the Wraith King. It is going to get scouted by a ward, but the Monkey King sets up the first stun for the moment. They have the slow from the Veno, but is it going to be enough? Absolutely not.
Playing fairly defensive, and they look to punish that rotation. They go to the mid lane, they take the mid tower like you said. I thought they would play defensive, but when they see that opening, they just went for it there.
Yeah, they needed to use this Exorcism and puts it to really good use, actually, as they grab the mid tier 1 tower, and no one on the side of LBZS really able to contest.
Yeah, but you can play some deeper wards off of this one as well, get vision of where the Spirit Breaker is about to rotate, and then your game becomes much easier.
Alright, they might trade towers here in the safe lanes as Molasses as well as the Monkey King are down here. Able to do this pretty quickly thanks to the Venom wards. I'm not sure. I mean, I would guess at level 7 he's probably got 3 points in the wards at this point. But
He's got 2.
Oh, okay,
You
2
start
point
putting
with
yeah, with 3 points into his pass. I mean, he's playing against a melee hero. He just clicks the Wraith King every time he tries to get close to the wave.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah.
But almost to his Vessel. I mean, that was the thing that's really impressive. Like, he's got the Vit booster as well, and he's on his way to that Vessel. And once you have
like
it, becomes
more damage over time.
Yes. Dude, I remember when Vessel used to have like the AoE healing reduction aura that stacked with the Venomancer healing reduction, and you just like walk around in fights and you're like, oh,
There's been all the Spirit heroes are picking up, like Ember Spirit mid lane, Spirit Vessel. It was like every single game.
Yeah, it was the best item in Dota.
Yep. I miss those days. Well, no, those days weren't great.
No,
you
they
think
were
back, it like none of the patches were good.
That's just the nostalgia hitting you, Neff.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
Salad top lane. Just gonna high fives. No, they actually did it at the exact same time. That was nice, you know. No one was really left hanging there.
Impressive. But not much going to come of that one. Again, surprised that they managed to take the first tier 1 tower. It actually had 1,000 net worth, despite the fact that LBZS have an incredibly annoying lineup. Ogre Magi does struggle to make it around the map. They do move kind of slowly. Monkey King farms a little bit slower than Wraith King, as we've seen. He's kept up decently this game, though.
I like to refer to this area as the no fun zone.
Yes. Where he just has a million wards and he'll scout you out coming towards him, and also you'll be slowed.
A support walks up onto the high ground to like, see, oh, I'm gonna go place a ward, and you're like, nope.
I guess I'm turning around.
I guess I have to leave now. Top lane. Invis Rune getting put to good use. Charge comes through as well. Salad clips the Bane, actually, but now they do have to be careful. Fiend's Grip is available if they want to try and commit it here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Is Irving going to rejoin this fight, drop that Spear and Siphon, and Salad ends up falling. So really good turnaround there from the Bane. Nice bait overall.
Yeah, only 1 point in Boldo, so unfortunately, by the time the Nightmare expired, it ended and ends up getting caught out. But pause coming out. Gives it time to break down the overall state of the game and talk about Templar Assassin a little bit. She's actually sitting at the top of the net worth. I mean, we discussed how far back she was getting zoned by this Lina earlier, but now 400 ahead.
This hero farms fast, man. Like, especially after that first blood that you got, you're able to recover your lane really well. And they don't really have a hero that was like ready to invade like her area of the map, right? Like they were a little bit slow on taking towers. They managed to actually grab mid tower and the top tower on the side of VG Gaming. So LBZS a little bit slower to actually taking away the map from the TA here.
What do you think the TA said?
Wait, what?
Oh, you weren't. TA said that they zoomed in on there.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's the new set, right? I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good, really good cosmetics for Templar Assassin, though.
One of those heroes. Waiting on my Morphling hat still.
Oh, you mean the remodel, right? I'm sorry, the Persona.
The Persona.
Erica top lane gets found here. Gale does connect. The question is, yeah, you don't want to bash him to the low ground, so they will just find him. Doesn't want to bother putting a point into that reincarnation yet. So they will just settle for that Wraith King, able to make it out on the Bane here.
Yep, a little bit too far away from the rest of your team, so if you go down there, you lose yourself twice. Just not worth committing that point. Same sort of thing that you see on Abaddon, so you do die, but at the very least, you get the chance to use it on a fight. You might actually be able to turn around later.
He's actually feeling pretty comfortable here on the Monkey King bottom lane. He actually manages to scout the Pangolier. Question is, will he be able to stay on him? It doesn't look like it. Maybe you get the charge. He's getting pretty close. Smoke up here, though. VG Gaming, the Bane, and the Death Prophet trying to connect to the bottom side, I would see. If they could find this Monkey King, it would be huge. Fiend's Grip, I don't think it's available for... it's going to be close coming off cooldown, I think. Hold on, we got a little bit of a bug. I don't think Weaver's in this game. That's
no, Nick Assassin not here either.
Yeah.
In fact.
Probably just a typo.
Yeah, probably. There's been a couple of bugs in the 8-11. You're so happy with that joke.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of bugs in Agnem's Labyrinth, apparently, speaking of.
I mean, there's that mode is really fun.
Yeah.
Despite, like, I mean, a lot of people, they don't really enjoy some of the custom games that come through, but Labyrinth is fun. It's a good one.
I was playing it like 12, 14 hours a day when it came out.
Oh my god.
I just sat in my chair. Thanks to Valve. Well, I got up every so often. I had to get myself food.
You don't have to lie to us, Neff.
I just sat there for 14
I know
hours.
you didn't move.
All right, looks like we're back in it. But yeah, I'm just really impressed with the amount of farm that Templar Assassin has had. And, I was losing the lane at first, but managed to recover pretty quickly. And
Spearbreaker might actually break the smoke here in a really good position here behind this tree line. He is going to find the Pangolier, drops the Wukong's command and the Boundless Strike. Nether Strike comes through as well. They will find the kill. Exorcism gets dropped. They don't want to run into the Wukong's command.
Wow. They're just sitting at like half HP right now on the Bane. He didn't have Fiend's Grip off a cooldown. There it is.
Yeah, I
just
knew it was
now coming
close.
up. So I might have been able to take that fight if they did have the Fiend's Grip, but you don't want to chase around the trees with that Wukong's command. The positioning of it was just fairly nice.
That Bane got ignited and lost like 2/3 of his health.
Yeah, that's what happens when they all land on you there. If you've got no Dispel, Ignite is actually a little bit scary. There's a lot of Dispels in Dota now, though. Used to be very few.
I really like this Ogre set. It is nice.
I am not a fan of like the hero in general. All right, there we go. We're gonna zoom in. Thank you. Production.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, it looks so good. It really does.
The drill or just like the set in general?
I mean, he's got the tier 2 Arcana, right? So.
Yeah, this is clear abuse of that chicken that he's riding on. Well, he's got to upgrade as well. Man, plays a lot of Ogre.
Yeah. I don't think the chicken knows any better, at least.
Yeah.
So. A life of servitude to the Ogre Magi.
What a life. What a life. Well, looking to set up another kill down here in the bottom lane. I mean, Pango's not an easy hero to grab with Bane behind it, but they scout this one out.
Yeah, they got the ward on the high ground there, and Bulldoze, yeah, helps out, but not when you're permanently stunned here by a Pangolier. Perfect wall bounces. Ends up handing it on over to Erica. Well played there. Yeah, nice tip.
Yeah, activate that Bulldoze. You only end up taking extra hits from that Rolling Thunder there. Oh. Nice grab. And this does favor BG. You know, LBZS, they have a very annoying lineup. They want to be able to run these heroes at you. The longer this game takes, the more farm the TA and the Wraith King are going to get. All these heroes scale fairly well, and you know, the Venomancer does scale a little bit better after they change his ultimate around to be like percentage-based damage, but Ogre Magi not so much.
Well, they are going to find the Wraith King bottom. But yeah, it's so difficult to actually connect onto this hero without having like the Lina there, and she's just kind of farming up towards that BKB. We saw the Boots Trial come out already a little while ago. Molasses does have the Spirit Vessel on his way to that Yules, which will help out a ton.
Yep. Yeah, the Yule Scepter fairly big this game in order to you know, get some of these heroes off you, reset the team fights, or even stall that a little bit while you wait for your abilities to come off cooldown. So, Venomancer they're going to struggle against. But the big thing that they are waiting for, I think, is the BKB on this Lina. You know, you don't want to just get run at and blown up, or you know, as you're trying to chase heroes down, suddenly have Bane drop his nightmare on you.
Oh, might regret this one here on detachment. Rolling Thunder comes through, sets up for a Wraithfire Blast, and Wraith King should help make quick work of this hero, and he will. So another kill going the way of Erica. Now 2-1. On his way to the Shadow Blade, actually.
Yeah, I guess he's going for Silver Edge this game. I mean, it will let you fight into the Monkey King. There's a lot of heroes that passives that you want to disable, but the Monkey King is the big one. If he doesn't have Jingu Mastery, then there's no way that he's fighting into you. And it's an amazing item to begin with. It is such a huge damage boost. Despite the fact that he has a crit on his own on his first hit, a lot of Wraith Kings build this item. They need DPS.
Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, it's just a really solid item. Charge coming bottom here onto Erica, the ward. Gonna scout that one out. They actually TP down here as well on the Ogre. It looks like they're going to cancel the charge.
Yeah.
He's just playing in a really safe spot right now.
Yeah. One thing that is interesting about him going Shadow Blade rather than Blink Dagger, though, is like they were talking about that during the panel. They needed someone to be able to jump Lina on the back line. It looks like Wraith King isn't going to be that hero. In fact, XM still doesn't have a Blink Dagger either, as Dragonlance is now going for Hurricane Pike. So they've got confidence that they're just going to be able to out-damage them in these team fights so hard that it doesn't matter if they get kited.
I mean, you're going up against Veno and an Ogre Magi and a Spear Breaker. Like, your Blink Dagger is almost never happening, like, in these fights, like, right? Like, until you have BKBs and you have to blink, like, before the fights even start. Like, it's very difficult to get that spell, to get the Blink Dagger off here.
I'm interested in this tactic against it, because, again, it's very obvious that you have to jump the Lina on the back line, but they've just chose not to buy the Blink Daggers against this. We'll see if this one ends up working out for him. I'll be very impressed if it does.
Ooh, Gale off the mark, swing and a miss. Bane, though, is up here. Doesn't even be a little bit careful. Gets the Nightmare off onto Molasses. Charge in from Salad. Has the Nether Strike as well. Will set it up. I hear the Rolling Thunder. Is it's going to be able to join the fight. They get a quick kill there. A trade 1-for-1. In comes the DP, the Exorcism, making quick work of these heroes. They will be able to find that Venomancer as well as Detachment here. Question is, can they get more? Wukong's command? Ooh, swing and a miss on the Boundless Strike. So A 3-for-1 trade. Great rotation top here from VG Gaming. Is they're going to try maybe go into Roche with the remaining time here on the Exorcism?
They don't have much time left. They'll have like, I don't know, 10 seconds of it, but and the hero's going to respond pretty quickly. But they don't have much on the side of LBZS either. They committed a lot for that.
They got a fast Roche team. Oh my goodness. That Deso double melt strike. You got a Wraith King as well. That is super dead. Age is going to go the way of XM here.
All right, I underestimated the matchup. Maybe this tactic's pretty good. Forget about the Blink Daggers. Just go all in on the damage.
Yeah. It's looking pretty good.
Due to neutral items now dropping, Philosopher's Stone. The Monkey King, that'll go over to probably the Ogre Magi, who, you know, doesn't have... I feel like the Ogre Magi isn't amazing support this game. The only hero I really like it paired with is the Juggernaut. That, you know, Bloodlust obviously doing a lot for him with his low base attack time. But with the Monkey King, it's not amazing, because Monkey King isn't really a hero that farms a ton. He's kept up with the Wraith King reasonably well this game, but now finally starting to fall off.
It's kind of a little bit of deja vu here, I think, right?
Yeah.
The Wraith King pulling ahead here in the mid game, but does need to be very careful. As this goes late, I mean, we saw last game what that level 25 Wukong's command looks like, and I'm sure he's definitely going to want to go for a refresher again, right? You're against TA, you're against Wraith King. Both these heroes do not want to fight into that.
That was 50 minutes. I mean, with the aggression here from the side of VC, they're not looking to allow them to farm to 50 minutes here. Tier 2 tower just taken, 18 in.
I mean, Aegis, Deso, DD here on XM. You can try and look to pressure the high ground.
Already as well.
Molasses. Oh my goodness, he almost dies. 3 side blades in a row.
Get him out of there.
All right. Okay, a little bit of a stylish play there.
Yeah. If he actually died there, that'd be absolutely insane. I think the TA just goes high ground at that point.
You actually probably could if you didn't have buyback.
Yeah. Double damage.
Venom's a huge part of the high ground defense.
Yeah. Needs to be dropping these wards. High ground is a little bit difficult to take, you know, with Wukong's demand, Lina spamming other spells.
Bulldo's gonna ruse to move that spell on the backside. Bane! I mean, he just died before the fight even started. Erica now bashed up thanks to that strike held in place. There's gonna be the Wukong's command. They have the Boundless Strike. They do, holding him in place. His second life not gonna even matter as they manage to find themselves 2 nice kills here. Irving forced to back out with the hands of XM.
Yeah, very clutch play there by the Lina, managing to find the backside of the fight, get the Bane. I mean, that hero controlling people up is...
Shadowblade.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, they don't need Blink Daggers around here. They go Shadowblade, damage item. Visibility equals invincibility here.
Yes, they certainly do in my pubs, I'll tell you that much.
What is this Sentry Ward you speak of?
It's actually unpurchasable.
Yeah. Well, you know, with so many Shadowblades in the game, the Sentry Wards are going to start to become unpurchasable. There is a hard limit of them.
That's when you just buy a gem, right? You're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm tired of your shenanigans.
Or if you have control of the map, you end up just buying a gem anyway. It got a little bit more popular at TI, and I think we've seen it more commonly picked up, even when people don't have invisibility. If they have complete map control, they just buy a gem so they don't have to spend so much on sentries.
Yeah. So one thing they did talk about in the draft is the fact that when you're playing against a Spirit Breaker, you pretty much have to have a Yule Scepter. It removes Bulldoze so that you can actually CC down the Spirit Breaker, and it is going to be the Death Prophet that picked one up, and now going for the BKB. So giving her a little bit more survivability in these fights, as well as, like we said, able to maybe secure kills on the Spirit Breaker if he gets a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, it's good for a number of reasons. I mean, you can dispel the Spirit Vessel on you as well. So
yeah.
BKB will do that, so he can save the Yules just for the Spirit Breaker once he's got the Black King bar completed. Just call out. Templar Assassin. Tied with the Lina now. So Lina's managed to catch up a little bit after the last team fight there. And now we're actually working on an Eye of Scotty.
I actually really like this. It's so good against Death Prophet and TA. Like, this Lina will be able to sit so far back and just jump this damage in, and the slow that you get against ranged heroes is pretty substantial. And Death Prophet specifically, you know, Exorcism does give you a little bit of bonus move speed, but the haste talent obviously no longer there.
Yeah, so. You know, running down this Lina or getting away from the Lina is just going to be impossible once that Scotty's completed. And, you know, tanking up a little bit also helps for when they eventually get Blink Daggers. TA clearly has her queued up after the BKB, after the Daedalus, of course.
Yeah.
Eventually, you want that one completed to be able to jump Lina on the backline, because they do recognize her as a problem now. But the builds that they've gone so far are working out pretty nicely.
Yeah, I really like XM's build here on the TA. The Pike completed onto the way to the BKB.
Yeah, you want to be able
really
to
good stuff.
You know, get out of the Wukong command if that Venomous Gale comes off onto you.
Yeah.
not so easy to kite around once they have that completed.
Tier 1 tower bottom, easy take here for the side of Vici Gaming, and they've still got some vision here in the jungle for LBZS, so if they tried to go for more, you will be able to see it, but they will just back off, continue farming, and Erica's going to head top and run a little bit more there. Age is expiring now, though.
Yeah, I think it's very funny, the Skellingtons contesting the farm of X ammo in the jungle. Oh no, sorry, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Uncontrollable, what can you do? Summons more Ray beside her.
So, similar build as well from the Monkey King as last game, just going for the IS Scotty himself.
Yeah. Hasn't used his BKB yet, though.
Something's a little bit interesting, though, is your Lina has one queued up, so I'm wondering if they just maybe haven't communicated this factor, because having... I mean, is it worth having both, though?
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's not like an Assault Cross situation. Like, you two are going to be hitting different targets a lot of time in the team fights, and you tank up quite a bit.
That is a lot of gold from Plague Wards.
Ooh,
418.
Killed. Yeah.
I like that graphic. Well done.
Yeah. Notch on, you know, her clothing every time she takes out a Plague Ward. 118. I'm not sure if you've seen the new feature on Dota Plus. You hold down Alt and you can see how much a creep wave or a camp is worth.
Yeah.
I wonder if it works like that for like a group of Venom wards.
Huh. That would be interesting. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet. Test it later. Between games, very important information to know.
Yes, yes. Detachment. Oh, the Yules doesn't come out. Nice TP home.
Yep.
5K gold lead here for Vici Gaming. A little bit of a lead. I mean, last game the game was almost dead even the entire time.
Biggest net worth lead at any point last game for a while was 6,000.
Yeah.
We haven't hit that threshold yet. But, you know, they took that mid tower fairly early. They punished that rotation down to the bottom lane with the Exorcism and the Death Prophet, which was, you know, what gave them control of the map, what allows them to have this net worth advantage now. So.
LBZS seem a little lost here. Like, it almost feels like they don't know what to do. Like, you've got this Wraith King, the TA, just taking tower after tower, and they haven't even had to commit the Exorcism.
I think they planned on playing a little bit more aggressive and having more control of the map, but, you know, losing that mid-tier 1 fairly early on made things a little bit more difficult for them.
They're going to smoke up here on Vici Gaming, see if they can find someone. Into the enemy jungle they go. The Wraith King with that Shadow Blade is going to find Molasses, and with the Rolling Thunder perfectly timing that stun, he has no chance of getting out of this one. Eul Scepter just kind of delaying the inevitable. Does end up dropping the ultimate for some reason.
It's kind of just like, I'm teaching you what happens when you go on me. It's a skunk situation.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So, I think they're more than happy about it. He's got Reincarnated as well, so they couldn't really commit onto the Wraith King. The hero's gotten a lot more popular recently. People are playing it fairly well, too.
His hero is super strong.
Yeah. We can control the Roche Pit area, and we're going to figure out when it's going to respawn in the next couple of seconds here. It's 52, so time for Venomancer to come back. I'm not sure enough time.
Oh, they get a Nightmare onto Lina bottom. Bean's grip. Oh, he whiffs the Wukong's command, and they're going to be able to stun him up, though. So PP able to get out for the moment. They take down the Bane. Still alive, though, on this Lina. The rest of the team rotating on in. Looks like it's just time to disengage. Detachment will be able to TP home. Lina will do the same. So almost, that could have been a real sketchy situation. If the Ogre was not there, that Lina certainly dies.
Yeah, that Boundless Strike being off the mark almost cost them that Lina. Surprisingly tanky. I thought she would melt a lot quicker to that Wraith King. Being on top of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nice turnaround there.
Get the Exorcism as well, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
They do see the Monkey King, though. Scout him by the Trap and the Ward. Wukong's command not available. There's going to be the Rolling Thunder into the Wraith King, and now that is a fantastic kill. Mid lane, trade for the TA, though.
That is definitely worth it.
That is really good, because Roshan, it just respawned.
Yep. This Templar Assassin, way bigger part of the team fights. In fact, she doesn't have buyback and Monkey King does. Instead, they're going to turn their eyes towards this mid-tier 1. They want to be able to get control of this map again. This tower is a major pain in the ass.
If they scout this Roche, they can go for it, but instead they want to just smoke and maybe find someone out in the jungle. They're going to actually run head on into the Bane here. It gets the Nightmare off. They get woken up, though, thanks to that Ogre Magi, and a quick kill there for the Lina.
That is a lot of damage.
Gale, oh, it clipped Irving. He's going to have to BKB, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah, you got the IS Scotty. Gets broken, stunned up, though, thanks to the Wraith King. Salad, can he actually get a bash, though, is the question. BKB going to come out from Erica. They will disengage.
Just barely managed to escape that one.
If that Spear Breaker gets the bash.
Yeah, the Spear Breaker gets the bash, you are absolutely dead. But stunned up there on the Lina. She's not able to keep those right clicks going. But we see how scary that Eye of Scotty is, and I think that's part of the reason why Monkey King wants it as well. If he can get on top of these targets, they are not going anywhere. It also provides that extra healing reduction, which is a pretty big deal against the Wraith King and the Death Prophet.
Yeah.
Stopping that Vampiric heal, stopping that Spirit Siphon.
Oh, Mindbreaker and Ceremonial Robe, both really good drops here. They do know that Roshan is up. Molasses scouting it there with the Plague Ward.
Mindbreakers with the side of both teams as well. A decent item if you know, you are going Blink Daggers and jumping people. Looks like it's just a Pango with it so far. And a Blast Rig.
It's hard to say if Blast Rig is... I mean, you just probably give it to a support, to be honest. And hope that the Monkey King doesn't kill you. Top lane, Erica gets caught here by Salad. Rotation for the rest of the team. They drop the Sentry. Shadowblade not going to save you. Gets the break, but stunned up once again. The Cavalry, it's coming in. Irving, can they actually live? LSA off the mark. The Science able to hold him down. In comes the Wukong's command. Erica finally pops his own BKB, trying to disengage, but the damage from the Lina is just too much. They get the kill. Salad charges on through. Nice Rolling Thunder on the backside, able to chain stun down this Lina as long as possible, and Irving comes in with his exorcism. Can they actually find the kill? The Lina, she's gonna fall into the damage of the TA. XM doing work here, and the Feeds Grip comes through. They find the Monkey King.
Yeah, Wraith King buying into that team fight. They've realized they committed so far forward there and used so many abilities. The Monkey King hesitated to drop his Wukong's command originally on that Wraith King. In fact, when he came back up with his second life, he still didn't want to commit it. They seriously overestimated the amount of damage, how quickly they could kill that guy, and there's a tier 1 tower still sitting up right there. That felt like way too greedy holding these abilities. Yeah,
and once again, Roshan super fast for the side of Vici Gaming here. They grab themselves Aegis, they grab themselves the Shard. They'll hand that one over to Irving, so now the fear on that Spirit Siphon, quite good.
Quite good. Be able to turn that one around. It major pain, you know, playing Monkey King against that, trying to stay in your ground side your arena. All of a sudden you turn around, you run out of it yourself. Not cool. Not cool.
Does not feel good. All right, Siege here onto the tier 3. XM with this Grove Bow Pike makes it really easy to hit this tower.
Yeah, pretty far away. But unfortunately, they'll lose vision of it whenever they don't have creeps. And XM is a little bit hesitant of going up on the high ground. You don't want to get thrown far out of position by like the Spirit Breaker dropping an ultimate on you.
All right, they're actually going to respect this and back on out as Lina respawning in just a couple of seconds. And I mean, that was her first death of the game, so very well done by Extreme. Like I don't want to say Extreme, Vici Gaming. They honestly really need to protect the Lina, right? She's like the big damage dealer in these fights, and if they're able to go up close her, the Pangolier perfectly targeted that Lina there.
Yep. So now she's got her work cut out for her. She's just trying to do more right-click damage. So she's got the MKB queued up next. She's worried about, you know, evasion coming out in some of these heroes as well.
It's just a really good damage item, right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, control the jungle now. Both outposts inside of VC. 11k net worth advantage, so biggest we've seen in these last 2 games, without the game being like decided at this point. I do think that, yeah, I've Scotty completed on the Monkey King as well. He did end up completing that one, and you know, like we just talked about, like we already saw the
from the Lina.
Yeah,
I mean, it is very good.
Way too good.
Smoked up into the enemy triangle here, but they do have a ward on the high ground that is scouting this, so they seem pretty safe. They're going to go for the D ward. They got the gem on Irving, and they're doing a really good job at just eliminating vision on the map here from LBZS.
Mm-hmm. Well, what they have at the moment is that deep one inside their own jungle is not providing them with a whole lot. I mean, they know that they're playing on right now the right side of the map. So they try to go kind of deep for the Lina here. They will be able to scout them out with that ward, but it doesn't feel that useful. So she's going to go for this tier 1 tower in this creep wave here. Oh, they're predicting this one.
I mean, no, she's under a sentry. They know she's here, and that's going to be an instant TP in. The Rolling Thunder chain stunning down the Lina. They got the Fiend's Grip as well, and they will find the kill. A convenient sentry and a trap from the TA is actually what scouts her, and they immediately smoke. They want to find more.
Yeah, That was a very convenient sentry if I've ever seen one. 2 deaths, pretty quick session on this Lina.
Haste DD here on XM. I mean, DD about to expire, but
they really want to take advantage of this. They've got 2 minutes left on this Aegis at the very least. They want to force this Lina buyback. They're going to go up high ground with this one.
Absolutely. They're starting to pull really far ahead here on the side of VG Gaming. Nice force staff inside the base. They dropped the Poison Nova, but it's not going to be enough to kill her. Meanwhile, bottom, Irving just chasing down this Spirit Breaker with the gem. He's going to be able to get the kill. Pops the BKB to secure it. And Irving just walks away.
Yeah, I have Scotty meter slow for a moment there, but 2 heroes dead now.
And there's no buyback on the Spirit Breaker either, so
no
real good way to get into this fight.
That was a really nice attempt on the aggressive force stab.
Yeah. But no Poison Nova. Gale we saw just committed, and
Monkey King, like, his damage comes from Wukong's command. He can't actually sit on top of any of these heroes, or he gets bursted down pretty quickly. The Lina needs to be able to click people from pretty far away, and while she's dead, they don't really have an answer to VC trying to push their high ground.
I mean, silver linings here. They protect their high ground. They don't have to buy back on the Lina, and you waste a little bit more of that Aegis time. Top lane, they're actually pinging out the Bane. Maybe they can actually find him. He's going up into the trees. It's going to be the Monkey King that scouts him. Yeah, Sentry does get placed, but there's a ward. He's like, uh-oh. Huh? He's going to find him. Oh, Mindbreaker silencing him up as well. And quick pick off there for the support.
Yeah, and ward is found as well, so make quick work of that one. A little bit more control of their side of the map. Hopefully they'll be able to get a couple observers down the area around their triangle, because right now they don't want to be anywhere close to that. The Traps right now scouting that one out for the side of the Radiant. Double damage rune spawns though. Could make it. All right, never mind. Templar's just gonna take that.
Yeah, just bottling that one up once again. Smoke up here for the side of LBZS and trying to connect to the bottom side of the map where they saw the Wraith King pushing the lane, and he's pretty much out though.
Yeah. Without the Bane and with this Aegis expiring, they're going to play a little bit further back. So next one they might wait for before pushing the high ground. But these games all going, later than I expected. Usually around like the 28, 35 minute mark, you see a lot of games decided. But this one's still very much up in the air.
He gets that bulldoze off, giving him a little bit of space to work with. The Rolling Thunder though continuing to stun him up, and you got to be a little careful. You're going pretty far in. Wukong. He's going to drop it. Yeah, Wukong's command does come out, able to stun them up, and now you're going to be able to lose the Pangolier here as he's just caught way too deep on the enemy side. Poison Nova does manage to clip the Bane, though, and Molasses going in maybe a little bit too aggressive here as the TA just shreds him with the DD rune, and they're going to be able to get that feed script. They find them. They're falling so fast on the side of LBZS. PP does commit. He gets the kill on the Templar Assassin, but there's going to be the Wraith Fire Blast plus the Halberd holding him in place. It's 1v3. They get him. They wipe them all. Vici Gaming, a fantastic fight.
That one was all the disarms from the Pango off onto the Lina. She wasn't pumping out damage in that team fight. Even after she had duels up by the Pango, she came back down. She wasn't hitting anybody, so it just took too long for damage to come out onto the VC heroes, and because of that, everybody ended up melting in the end. So nice targeting there by Irvin. We get to see this one again.
He kind of bought a lot of time here on the Spirit Breaker for his team to kind of rejoin this fight, or rather get into the fight.
Yeah, but see Molasses on the back line. Swashbuckle comes out, Lina stunned up, not really doing anything back here. Nobody's sitting in the Wukong's command either, so the damage just isn't there.
Yeah, they really underestimated XM's DD rune as well.
Yeah.
All right, top lane Irving with the Exorcism, doing a lot of work. Nether Strike does come through. Salad charge as well. Buy back into the game with the Monkey King. Pops that BKB. Can they actually bring them down is the question. Erica stuck here. Wukong's command comes through as well. Irving trying to keep himself alive. The Spirits, they return, giving a lot of health, but there's going to be the charge. The BKB, is it enough to protect him? It looks like it might be. He makes his way outside of the base. Molasses is there. Boundless Strike does connect. You got to get the Death Prophet for this. Can they actually do it? The Yules cancels the TP. Molasses a little bit too far forward, but he gets a nice two-man Gale. In comes Salad once again. The charge does come through. The Rolling Thunder as well. The Nightmare trying to protect him. Boundless Strike finally gets him, but a big Poison Nova as well. They get the Wraith King Reincarnation gonna come through. They're gonna be able to take this one down, but a lot of damage coming back in from the Wraith King. A buyback from Salad here. They will find the Bane. Can they find more, though, is the question. They want to get the Wraith King, but maybe just gonna settle for the Pangolier. No. going to turn around with the BKB. It might be too much damage. It is. He gets the kill onto the Monkey King. That's going to be a dieback, but in comes BP. The Monkey King bar doing so much. He does have buyback available here on the Wraith King, but a long chase out of the base here.
Yeah, they lose a lot there on the side of LBZS, but they do manage to hold against all odds. Wraith King down for 110 seconds. He does have the buyback available, but I think, you know, it's all PP doing this damage. We're once again in the situation where the Monkey King, he feels kind of underwhelming. Like, he's got items, he can stay alive, but he's not killing these heroes fast enough, just like we saw in the previous game. And they did end up solving that issue in the end, but that was partially due to the fact that they zoned some of these other heroes out so well.
Yeah, it was. We see the Venomancer, like, obviously, he gets these Poison Novas, he gets these constant Gales, and a lot of just, like...
They can't finish off any of these heroes fast enough, it feels like. And, you know, the Templar Assassin is just doing so much damage. The Wraith King is doing so much damage. And Bane keeping people in place.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job here. If he's able to keep himself alive on this Venomancer, I mean, these fights definitely favor the side of LBZS, right? Like, Venomancer loves long-duration fights.
Yes.
So as long as they don't actually find the kill early, and he's able to stick it out, I think, you know, we might see more engagements like the ones we just saw. But the damage from the side of Vici Gaming, I mean, they're so good at bursting down these heroes.
Yeah, and I think if they do get on top of, you know, like, you know, the panel was talking about, once these, you know, more Blink Daggers come out, or, you know, these upgraded Blinks, so for them to stay on top of Lina on the back, and then I think that LBZS are going to start to fall apart. So they figured things out here on VC, and you don't have much high ground left.
Charge top lane. It ends up finding the Pangolier when he was invis. Salad going to use his Shadow Blade as well. Will he get vision? He does, just for a moment. Trying to set up a kill here. This would be big. Nether Strike. They got him, baby. Plenty of damage coming in from these heroes. Detachment's the ones who ends up grabbing it, but well played there by that Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, no buyback available for 75 seconds, and Roshan has respawned.
Ooh, Trickster Cloak as well. That is a big one.
Kind of tricky. You might just opt to go anything that's damaged though on PP just because it is that important.
I mean, they've got Wukong's command. You might want to have to drop this just to secure the Roshan. The charge is coming through, and there it is. He's going to be able to create the zone, the no-fun zone, and Roshan going to go the way of LBZS this time.
They didn't even try to...
Spirit Breaker gets the Axe Blessing. Oh, baby. This is when things get very scary.
This is pod racing.
Okay, so I mean, our panel a lot, we're stressing the fact that this Spirit Breaker didn't really have an answer, and now he has a free Aghanim Scepter. It's so much worse. It is so much worse.
Yeah. This one is very big for himself now. Finally able to walk out of their base for walking out of their base a little bit for the first time in a while. It feels like they have control of this map, and noteworthy that VC had is finally dwindling down to 10K now, up from like 19K that it was just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah. But Aegis and Chi is going to really benefit them for the moment as they try to farm up. We're going to actually get a little bit of a pause here.
Yeah.
Probably some lag. But, yeah, Monkey King having Aegis. I'm wondering if he's going to go for a similar build last time, if he goes for that refresher or not. Bane, as we see, actually going for an Ags himself. So it does create, like, the two illusions that channel the Fiend's Grip, right? That's how that one works. Against the Spirit Breaker might not pan out, especially now that he has an Ags, because he has charge on such a low cooldown.
I don't know. I feel like you're far enough apart from those illusions, right?
I mean, maybe, right? It really, it may not. Like, the bash radius on charge is pretty big. But, yeah, we will see here. The jungle items picked up from both teams. Wraith King grabs himself a Penta-Edge Sword. Very nice. TA gets a Leveler. So, overall, I mean, these items are really sick for the side of Vici Gaming.
Yep. You know, got the aesthetic cap, so it's a little bit harder to jump her. You didn't like that item for the longest time.
Yeah, it felt kind of bad for a while,
around?
but I mean, I understand it, I would say. I'm still not a huge fan of the item, but it is good. Especially this game where, like, the Lina just can't afford to get, like, nightmared into Fiend's Grip.
Yeah, she just dies if that happens, so... I think it's part of the reason why Bane is going for the Aghanim Scepter, realizes how important it is to keep that Fiend's Grip off onto, you know...
You know how cute they are.
That's a boot.
And a little rat inside? Yeah.
Yep.
A little Ratatouille action, I like it.
Yeah, and the birdhouse. That's actually a mean-looking bird. The glasses make it look a little bit nicer, but look at those eyes, man.
Dude, he's hunting that rat is what's happening. He's like, that is my food later. Back into the game we go. And it looks like we are going to see this pretty much same build from the Monkey King. So the blink into that refresher, and it worked out well for him in game one. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What Sun Tzu said in The Art of War.
Oh, I didn't know that, yeah. On the high ground, Ogre goes. Might regret that one. Yule's able to purge off that Poldos, so a little bit of space, but Wukong's command gonna get dropped. Another strike is there. Molasses able to hold him down. Detachment will fall, but your Death Prophet is all alone, and the damage from the Lina is there. Rolling Thunder trying to disrupt the backside of the fight. A 1-for-1 trade. You're gonna buy back on the Ogre, but the charge is coming through once again from the Spirit Breaker. The Aghanim Scepter just making absolute chaos in this fight.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker not able to get his hands on anybody else. If you had vision, you can continue to run these people down, but it looks like they are going to get away. But that team fight, Wukong's command, the positioning of it ended up being very good, separating all these heroes. The slow from the Eye of Scotty and the Wukong's command, plus all these Venomancer abilities, stop the Wraith King from being able to do anything. He ends up going down zone from his team and is forced to just walk away. So, control the map. They've got buyback on both these heroes, but they might just be forced to use it. They've got 3 minutes left on this Aegis. They've still got cheese. They're looking to push high ground, take this game back.
Yeah, Radiant definitely does have the buyback advantage here. 4 heroes for LBZS have already committed it, so they do have to be careful. Over-committing into this would be a massive disaster, as both Wraith King and TA and Death Prophet, like, they will take your base so fast, so they do need to be careful. Monkey King, of course, with the Aegis, the one putting himself in the danger zone up on the high ground. Erica is going to go in. Fire Shield, very good against this hero, is able to buy him a lot of time. Erica just gets crushed so fast, and PP is going to pop his BKB. Yule's going to protect the Vangolier for the moment, but the damage, it's coming out. Wukong's command, he actually able to dodge out some of the damage, and he's able to just survive here on the Monkey King, while PP doing all the work here on this Lina.
That Fire Shield is giving him just enough HP to stay alive.
Refresher comes through from the Wraith King, but that's going to be the second reincarnation. Boundless Strike connects. Wukong's command not even needed at this point, it seems, as they manage to take down one after another. Molasses falls. This is what we're talking about, overextending into the enemy base. They don't have buybacks. You managed to force 3, though.
3 buybacks forced, and you keep these 2 important cores alive, but unfortunately no buybacks on the side of LBZS. They could just run this down the mid lane. That would be classic Dota right there.
It's about a minute away, but yeah, you got Monkey King, you got the Lina alive. They are quite good at keeping the high ground, but yeah, I mean,
1 minute until Venomancer has buyback available. Another
no gold though. He's 700 gold away.
Yeah. Monkey King doesn't have buyback for another 1 minute either. You do have it on Lina. They might be forced to put their bodies on the line here to try and stall this one out, but it looks like they aren't rushing down this mid lane. At the very least, they're waiting for this next creep wave.
Look at the damage from the Lina there. Just almost 11,000.
I mean, we talked about this. They need to be able to blow up these heroes faster, and that's exactly what the Lina's doing.
Yeah. They're going to go right into the top, try and take themselves a second lane of barracks here, and it looks like they're going to do it pretty much uncontested. The Lina cannot afford to go down, and honestly, they might just turn their attention to the tier 4s. Exorcism comes through, and that's exactly what they are going to do. Nightmare does connect onto the Lina. If she gets bashed up, she gets stunned. There's going to be the Rolling Thunder. Lina, her first life is down. She's got the buyback. The feed script's going to catch the Monkey King, though. He's dead. 100 seconds. Lina stands around with the BKB trying to take them down, but they turn their attention to the throne, and that is it. Vici close out the game.
An incredible ending to this game, realizing they could capitalize on the opportunity.